woman who used to watch Shira 7 was unalived by her 54-year-old sugar daddy. Let me tell you something. I'm reading the comments and people are saying Shira 7, her advice is dangerous. I'm not saying her advice is dangerous. I'm just saying that a lot of men, they think that they own you when they give you stuff. A lot of men think that when they give you money, you are their property. I'm not saying all men think like that, but that is a high possibility. So when you go out there and you date these guys, keep that in mind. And my thing is, she had a boyfriend. You're 54, she's 24. She's not with you because of your good looks. She's not with you because of your stamina. She's not with you because you get it up quick. The 24-year-old boyfriend she had, that's who she loves dearly. You are just a wallet. Know your place. I don't care what nobody say this red pill have a lot of men deluded. Just be careful out there, ladies. I love a good sugar daddy, but a lot of men, they forget that they're sugar daddies. They forget. A lot of guys think that the girl at the strip club really wants them and really wants a relationship. Just be careful, be mindful. Any 54-year-old man that really wants a relationship with a 24-year-old woman, it's already a little, in my opinion, just as my opinion, there's already a little. So just
I'm not a fan of age gap relationships. I'm not. I never have been. I've never been an advocate for it. It's not my cup of tea, right? I can't get with, and it doesn't make sense to me, the whole idea of being able to have a conversation with somebody that haven't lived life. But that's my preference, right? And my biggest thing has always been make sure you abide by the law. And even when you abide by the law, I don't necessarily have to agree with your decision to get into a relationship with a younger woman. Now, that usually is the nasty part, usually is applicable when it's somebody that just turned 18. I did a whole video on the whole little Tay thing where guys were signing up and they were basically on a waiting list for her to turn 18. That's just nasty to me. And I know that there's some guys that's going to disagree, but it's okay. I don't expect you to agree with everything that I say. The other side of it is this woman was 24 years old. That means that you were old enough to really be mature enough to know what you was getting yourself into. So when this woman then says, know your place as a man, why is that not applicable to women also? I think that most men understand that most relationships, even if it's not age gap, even if it's not just real, financial, as far as you get into this space. Because the first thing that she said that really caught my eye that I started laughing about, I like a good sugar daddy, but know your place. So that's not applicable, and you don't understand that you're getting into a transactional relationship with a guy that's just giving you money. You don't get that, but guys are delusional. Now let me level set here and say that I don't agree, and I'm just now catching wind of this whole story. I don't agree that anybody should be unalived at all. Like, if you don't like the circumstance, and I don't know what the circumstance is behind why she got unalived, walk away, get out of it. That's not your cup of tea. Keep it moving, right? I don't even understand how all of these people are coming to this conclusion that, oh my God, this woman who used to listen to the Shira 7 chick, and I've seen her content. And for those of y'all that may not be familiar with who she is, she basically, in my opinion, promotes transactional relationships and tries to level set with women to help them to understand that you need to be getting something out of it, usually financially, if you are getting with a guy. And that's the thing that she usually advocates for the most. And she has a huge following. A lot of women swear by her. She's been doing it for a long time. I think I reviewed a video of her like a couple years ago or something. But if people are not smart enough to be able to see through the weeds, then that's unfortunate for them, that they then take this advice wholeheartedly and then they jump into a situation, because you can get unalived by a person that has a lot of money or a person that don't have a lot of money. And so, there's this debate going on between women as to whether or not her advice is dangerous or it's not dangerous. I'm a huge advocate for love. I'm a huge advocate for structure. I'm a huge advocate for rocking out with people that are rocking out with you. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, Indian, if you're in an interracial relationship. Go where you appreciate it and not where you tolerate it. Go where you celebrate it and not where you tolerate it. The other side of it, though, is don't be a fool, because I understand that everything in life is transactional. Marriage is a business just as much as it is love. And so you should have both. And that's why you want to get into a situation where you're equally yoked. That's why you want to get with the person that'll add value into your life. If this woman then says, well, you need to know your place because she was in love with the 24-year-old, aside from the fact that the lady was unalived, and if you just want to look at just the relationship aspect of it of itself, then you'd have to hold the woman accountable for getting rid of the 24-year-old and going with the 54-year-old. Let me say that again. She said, I love me a good sugar daddy. That means that you like trading box. And let's call it what it is. It is prostitution. This is what it is. They can keep on trying to reframe it, 304 talk. I like getting with a sugar daddy. You're selling pussy. That's what y'all doing. Unadulterated, back page, no pimp, getting with a dude and trying to get his money and giving up box. And they try to act like, oh no, I'm not even having to have sex with the guy most of the time. Usually they're just seeking companionship. Then they don't want anything from me. Get the hell out of here, bro. And you're not going to play me because I ain't dumb and I ain't never been dumb and I may be a C student, but I ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't want to admit that they selling box. And as far as I've always known, since I was coming up, back when I was even watching Pimps Up, Hoes Down, I've always thought that selling box was dangerous. And that's one of the reasons why women get pimps in the first place. And so now y'all out here selling box to dudes. She says, make no mistake about it, the girl at the strip club really don't like you. How does that any different from a lot of these dudes that get into a situationship or a relationship or a marriage where the chick is with them in order to get what they can out of them, and then they take them to the courthouse and they take half of his shit, or they take more than half and they don't care anything about him. So, I think that people really need to find and rock out with people that are going in the same direction as them. Everything has become so transactional that women is selling box, guys is giving up money in order to get the box. People don't know how to have social skills anymore. People don't love each other anymore. We don't have any kind of real connection with each other anymore. And that's never going to be a lasting situation. It's never going to be a lasting relationship. It's never going to be that. And that is one of the reasons why you get married. Because usually when you get married, you get with somebody that have your best interests at heart, and you exchange strengths for weaknesses. And we don't see that anymore. And so you got a bunch of women giving bad advice to a bunch of women. I don't know where they finding all of these guys that's tricking off on them. You got a bunch of guys that's willing to give women money that don't even like them. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be a nice person or be generous and all of that, but you need to be generous with the person that more closely aligns with where you're going in your life. Instead of, because if you can't get it without being generous, then you shouldn't be with them in the first place. And so you shouldn't be leading with your money. And so the relationship dynamics, which then feeds into the culture wars, which feeds into the gender wars, is always going to be, it's going to be raging, because women look at men as transactional, and most men should be looking at women that's looking at them as transactional. And there is no real bond and love in between that. And it's going to lead to a miserable life. It's much easier and it's much greater to rock out with people that see value in you. And I think it's important for people to get with people that actually like them, instead of people that's only with them to see what they can get out of them. And then you genuinely see value in each other. But, again, even in this situation, you find people still giving bad advice, admittedly saying that they still like being in transactional situationships, which in my opinion is a form of prostitution. But I don't know. I like to give credit to the content creator regardless of whether I agree or not. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments, man. This is a tragic situation.